Good morning, children. Welcome to Nelson School Distant Education System. Subject English Grammar for the grades 8 standard. Today we'll be doing the fair book exercise of noun or noun phrase in apposition. So it is simple, compound and complex synthesis. It's noun or noun phrase in apposition. The fair book exercise number 4. So this is the fair book exercise. I have already explained you in the explanation link. It's already taught to you that when two finite verbs are there and when we are talking about the same person or the same thing, that thing is called a noun. Okay, in apposition means you're talking about the same person, so you'll bring that noun ahead and then use the different statements using the comma. You have to synthesize them using comma. Or it could be the noun phrase that is repeated. So noun could be in apposition or noun phrase could be in the apposition. Apposition means to take it ahead and use to address it. Apposition means to address the particular thing or a person. Now, number 1, Tagore was a great poet. He won international fame. So the first step, as we usually do, we go for the finite verb. So first finite verb is was and second finite verb is won. Okay. Now, there's a person who is being talked about in both the statements, that is Tagore. So here the Tagore we are talking about, and here also this he stands for Tagore only. So it's a noun in apposition. Noun. So now I'll take this noun in apposition. Now I've taken this noun in apposition and put a comma. Means I'm addressing Tagore. Okay, indirect address you could say. Now this is a helping verb and this is an action verb. Now it's better to eliminate the helping verb as compared to the action verb, because if you eliminate action verb, you won't come to know about the action taken place. So it is Tagore, a great poet, won international fame. His aunt was very rich. She was very gentle. She sent him to America for higher education. So now the finite verb is was, second finite verb is was, and third finite verb is sent. Now if I keep one finite verb as it is, I have to change the two finite verbs. So in that case, I could eliminate this was and I could eliminate this was also. Understood? Now next is this she and his aunt. This all three they mean the same person. So I can take his aunt as a noun in apposition. Okay? So you can have his aunt being very rich if you don't want to take it in the apposition. So you can keep it like his aunt being very rich and gentle, okay, sent him to America for higher education. Number 3, coal is a useful mineral. It is hard and brittle. It is found in Bihar. So now is the first finite verb. Again, is the finite verb and is a finite verb. Okay. Now we are talking about the coal in all the three statements. So this it again stands for the coal itself. Okay, so I'll take coal in the noun as an apposition. So I'll put a comma, a useful mineral, comma, hard and brittle, comma, no comma, because it's simply you have to put a verb over here. So it is found in Bihar. So it is coal, a useful, hard and brittle mineral is found in Bihar. So I've eliminated this is helping verb and this is helping verb. Now next is Mumbai is the gateway of India. It has an excellent harbour. So the finite verb is and next finite verb is has. Okay, so we're talking about Mumbai. So it's Mumbai we are talking about, and this it stands for Mumbai only. So I'll take this noun in the apposition. I'll bring it at the beginning and write Mumbai, comma, the gateway of India. Is the gateway of India, or if you can address, as I've told you, indirect address if you're giving or using in that position, then there's no need to use a finite verb or in short a verb itself. So it's Mumbai, comma, the gateway of India has an excellent harbour. Now usually we remove full stop and put comma, but in noun phrase apposition you have to see that if you are using the subject as it is, then you will put a comma. But if you are not using a subject, this is the second time I'm repeating, if the subject is not used and if you're directly beginning with a verb, then there is no need to use a comma. This is the same thing. I'm not using it and I'll directly begin with has. I'll eliminate it because Mumbai, it stands for Mumbai. So I'm not using the subject and I'll begin this next statement with its verb. So there is no need to replace full stop with a comma. So it is Mumbai, comma, the gateway of India It I'll remove. So when I'm removing it, there is no need to put full stop or comma. Has an excellent harbor. Next is Sindbad had made many voyages. He was a sailor. So it is had is the first finite verb and was is the second finite verb. Now first, because the person is a sailor, so only he can plan a long-term journey. Okay, so here you have to pay attention to the thing that comes first. So first he become a sailor and then he had many voyages. Okay, so in that case, this he again is used for Sindbad only, so I can eliminate he. Okay, now what we could do is we'll eliminate, instead of eliminating had, we'll eliminate was, because as said you, he becomes sailor first and then he had many voyages. So it is Sindbad comma a sailor had many voyages. Okay, so again there is no need to use full stop or comma, because I've taken this in apposition. Then I'm using a sailor over here, and again I'm not beginning with he or Sindbad. I'll only begin with had made many voyages. So there is no need, if you don't begin the statement with a subject, then there is no need to use a comma. Next, Shri Nitin Shah is elected speaker. He is very honest man. He is well-known labor leader. And we are talking about Nitin Shah. So first we'll see for the finite verb is, next finite verb is again is, and third finite verb is also is itself. Now we're talking about Shri Nitin Shah. So this he also stands for Mr. Nitin. This he also stands for Mr. Nitin. Now the next thing is, so it is Shri Nitin Shah, comma. Now, why is he elected speaker? Because he is a very honest man. Okay, first the person will become honest, or if the person is honest, he will be elected as a speaker. And because he is well known, so he could take the post. So first it is very important for a person to be honest, then it is important for a person to be well known, and then he can be elected as for a particular post. So you have to see that which thing comes first. So first is this category, that he is a very honest man. He is also well known, so only he could be elected as a speaker. So we'll say Shri Nitin Shah, a well-known labor leader. Okay, and Shri Nitin Shah, a very honest man and a well-known labor leader, is elected speaker. Now next, Mr. Sam stays in New York. He is a well-known lecturer in Wilson College. So stays is the first finite verb and is the second finite verb. Now as I've told you that when there are two finite verbs are given and one is the action, one is a finite, in that case go for elimination of the helping verb rather than the action verb. Okay, so now Mr. Sam, and this he is used for Mr. Sam itself, so I can cut this. Okay, so it is Mr. Sam, a well-known lecturer in Wilson College, stays in New York. If you write Mr. Sam, comma, stays in New York, a well-known lecturer in Wilson College, so it sounds a little absurd. So you can say that this is a person, so-called like Mr. Sam. He is a well-known lecturer. So where is he staying? He is staying in New York. So this looks little good. Now next is there goes my brother. He is called Saurabh. Okay, so goes is the first finite verb. Is the second finite verb. Again, there are two finite verbs. And this time you are talking about brother, my brother. And this again, he stands for my brother. So I can eliminate he. And because goes is the verb that we wanted, so we can eliminate the helping verb is. So it is there goes my brother. Because I'm eliminating he, I'm eliminating is. Okay, because is called is a finite verb. So what remains is Saurabh. So there goes my brother, comma, Saurabh. Tagore's most famous work is the Gitanjali. It is a collection of short poems. Now children, here you have to pay attention, and we are not talking about Tagore, but we are talking about Tagore's work, that is the Gitanjali. Okay, now it stands for the Gitanjali, so you can cut it. Okay, now it is the finite verb is here, and again the finite verb is. Now because you're removing this it, okay, so you'll remove this is helping verb. So it is Tagore's most famous work, the Gitanjali, is a collection of short poems. Okay, next is Bruno is my faithful dog, I love him. So first finite verb is, second finite verb is love. So as I've told you, you will go for the elimination of the helping verb as compared to the elimination of a action verb. Now we are talking about Bruno, a faithful dog. So this him stands for dog. Okay, so you can eliminate this. So it is, you can simply say, I love my faithful dog Bruno. Okay. Thank you.